Yo, yo, yo. What's up, guys? Kiko here. Welcome back to a brand new video. Welcome back to a brand new podcast. I want to first apologize for the beginning of the last podcast. For some reason, I didn't realize the microphone wasn't recording. I went on, like, it didn't happen often, but it happened two times at the beginning of the podcast. At the beginning, the whole intro is basically muted. Then you hear my voice for like a minute, and then it goes again for like my whole rant about UFC 300, which is crazy. And I apologize. I realize this because if you're watching visually on YouTube, this cable right here is not the original cable. It's the one that I used for my charger for my MacBook. And if I touch it ever so slightly, it disconnects. So it mutes the microphone for a little bit, and that's why I didn't record. So I'm gonna be paying attention. I'm gonna try my best not to touch it. I don't have my little stand, as you can see right here. This is where I usually will be standing, but I just don't have it since I'm currently on my move or trying to move to Spain, as you guys know. Hopefully, give me your best energy, give me your best wishes. Pray for me that tomorrow we get that email saying like, "Hey, come pick up your passport, buddy. You're going to Spain." Lord, I'm just really excited for that. But as always, let me know what we're gonna be talking about today. Obviously, the main thing that you're gonna see on this video: Real Madrid, Rayo Vallecano, 1-1. We dropped some points today. Bayern Munich 2, Bochum 3. They drop points and they're in state of alert. In 3, and last but not least, the NBA AllStars was tonight, and I have a lot to speak about it. I want to give my piece on it because something has to change. But as always, before we jump into the video, please make sure to follow the stream if you're listening to us on Spotify, and also give us that 5-star rating. If you're watching on YouTube, please drop a like and subscribe. Bro, if you guys are watching, if you guys are listening, you probably want to hear it. You're probably liking it because I see you guys. I see the views. I see most of you guys come back and don't subscribe. So this is just a reminder for you guys to do so. And as always, make sure to follow I'm Kiko Suarez on all social media. I'm Kiko Suarez everywhere. Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, whatever else other social media that you can think of. I'm Kiko Suarez. That username is on lock. And then, last but not least, shout out to our partners, Chalkboard, the best daily fantasy platform, in my opinion. If you use code Kiko, you get a 100% matchup up to $100. You can play your favorite sports. Right now, there's no NBA, so I've been taking a break. But if you are a hockey guy, you can play hockey. If you want to play college, you can play college. And they also have Premier League football. So every now and then, I dabble in that soccer window. I dabble in that football options and see what I can cook. But shout out to our friends over in Chalkboard. And let's just jump into the video. Let's just jump into the podcast, into the topics. Like I said, we're going to start today with Real Madrid Rayo Vallecano. This game was at 8 in the morning. And if you guys listened to the last podcast, I think I explained all this in the middle of the podcast, and then as you guys know, it was muted. So just to verify, or just to let you guys know, I was, as you guys know, and I'm also bringing OBS to make sure that it's not disconnected and no times the microphone. As you guys know, or just to let you know, I was moving a lot of things, and the fight for UFC 298 went on to like 1 in the morning. I had to drove from my last apartment to my parents, and that was like an hour or so. So by the time everything was done, I have everything set up, and I drove here. It was like 3 something in the morning. I recorded the podcast. I went to sleep at like 4, so therefore I didn't wake up. Didn't wake up. So I went to sleep thinking, hey, Real Madrid, Rayo Vallecano away is always a hard game. Rayo Vallecano is never, and they're not pushovers. They're not pushovers. Simple as that. And also the fact that we're going there with a lot of injuries. Still, Real Madrid is nowhere near our best at the moment when it comes down to availability. We went out with Lunin, Lucas Vázquez, Chouameni, Nacho, Fran Garcia as our defense. Federico Valverde, Camavinga, and Luka Modric in the midfield. And then up front, we played with Vinicius, Joselu, and Brahim Diaz. Now, every other day, that lineup cooks, right? But Tchouaméni is not a center back. He's a CDM. And today was one of those games that he showed that, like, hey, he's not a center back. He's not a center back. I review the highlights. I review the match. I did everything. And the things that I can say is I saw a lack of intensity. I saw a lack of, what's the word I'm trying to use? Passion. I know passion is not tangible. It's not something that you really can measure. But I didn't see it in the boys today. I didn't see them pushing as they usually do. Out of all of them, I think Valverde was arguably the only one giving it his all. Vinicius look off. Jose Lu got his goal, but then he got disconnected after a while. Brahim Diaz, Luka Modric, they were meh. They weren't bad, but they were meh. The defense, like I said, Tchouaméni look out of place today. There was one play that Nacho plays back to him, and for some reason he overcomplicated. Thankfully, it didn't end on no goal or anything like that, but thankfully that happened. The handball on Camavinga is very unlucky. A lot of people I saw online saying like, "Oh my God, Camavinga, you're so bad. Sell him now. That's why you're in the bench." Blah 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 blah. Camavinga had a good game or an okay game, let's say, but that has nothing to do with it. That's just unlucky. Really, when you jump and you're turning your butt and your arms out, bro, it's a matter of reaction, and the fact that like he just had it there is just unlucky, and the ball hits his hand like that. I thought on the first angle that I saw, I thought it was closer to his chest, but like it's just like the hand is just hanging there. Obviously, what do you want him to do? Just chop his arm? Just chop his end? Like, obviously, that's something that, like, context has to come into it. And I thought that's why we were going to get away with it when I saw the highlights. But obviously, I knew it was a penalty. But when I first saw it, I'm like, there's not much that Camavinga can do on that play. But it is what it is. Then after that, overall, the subs. Arda Güler didn't have the best showcase. He got minutes, but he didn't have the best play. Rodrigo didn't look too sharp. Tony Kroos, as always, he's a robot, dude. He's German. So he did okay, but not his best. But again, I'm not gonna fault him for that. Everyone just looked kind of off. Let me actually look at the individual stats for everyone that came on. Kroos, you're talking about 33 out of 34 chances, 34 passes, 97% completed chances created, 1. Rodrigo, 10 out of 12 passes, touches 19, wasn't really able to do anything in 20 minutes. Carvajal, though. Carvajal, we need to talk about you, brother. You only played 14 minutes. You got a yellow for dissent, and then you go ahead, get pissed off as our captain, and just get a red card. With this current situation that we have, with the current problems that we have with our defense, I know you got pissed off. I get it. But, like, there's a time and place to get pissed off, and you were legitimate. Just messed us up. Again, I'm not gonna be mad at him because I understand what happened, but there's a time and place, brother. You knew you were just going in as a revulsive, as a impact player, and you cost us. Now we're going against Sevilla next week without, bro. What's gonna be our defense? Fran Garcia, Nacho, Tchouaméni, Vasquez. Yeah, no, it's probably gonna be the same as us. As the lineup that we had today, it's not looking good, bro. It's not looking good. Shout out to Rayo. They played better than us. Raúl de Tomas, La Ley del Ex. He used to be a Madrid player back in 2012, I think it was. Let me see. He was 2012. He was in the Team C, then in Castilla 2012-15, and then in the official team 2012 to 2019. And we loan him out a lot. And it's basically, bro, like every ex Real Madrid player has been scoring against us, which is insane in my mind. Like this season, pretty much if you play against Madrid, just put money on them to play well against us, like a score assist or something, because it seems like they're all doing it. Even Sergio Arribas, when we play against Almeria, scored against us. Insane. But hey, I'm not too worried. I saw a lot of people saying like, "Oh my God, fire Ancelotti, he sucks." Blah 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 blah. Why will you rotate in such an important game? I'm like, if you think this was an important game, you don't know what an important game is, because Rayo Vallecano away is not an important game. It's not a game that you really should care about. But again, I'm not sweating. I'm not over exaggerating. I'm not gonna take a result that usually, like, let me show you. Let me before I jump into the next topic. If I go to the head-to-head, last time we went to Vallecas, that's the name of the stadium for Rayo Vallecano, we lost 3-2. The game before that, we won 1-0. The game before that, they won 1-0. The game before that, it was a 3-2 that we won with a 81 minute, and they started winning. Wait. What game was this? What game was this? We were losing. They scored in the 7th and the 14th, and we did a comeback. We scored in the 35th with Bell, Vasquez in the 52nd, and Bell again in the 81st. So, bro, Rayo Vallecano is never, Vallecas is never an easy stadium for us. So I'm not surprised we dropped points, but I'm not mad. I'm not mad about it. Next up, we have a team that has a team that is ringing the alarms, a team that doesn't know what to do, or the fans don't know how to act. Bochum 3, Bayern 2. Jamal Musiala and Harry Kane get on the board, but it wasn't enough. Bro, this lot. Do you guys remember? I said last video, I think, or last podcast when I talk about Bayern, Harry Kane is being outplayed right now. Is being played out of position or played somewhere off. And we really, really don't understand what's going on because, dude, Tuchel, they came out after the game and said, like, we confirm again that Tuchel has the support from the Bayern board. Tuchel has everything in their power to trust Tuchel and he will not get sacked. Do you understand how mad that is? Bro, Nagelsmann in 44 or 80 games only lost 10 matches. Tuchel already lost 10 matches. He's only been the coach for a year and a half. That is insanity. That is insanity that they bit the bullet so fast with Nagelsmann. They had no leeway. They had no patience with him. But Tuchel, brother, you take your time. You're sinking us. You bought arguably the best striker available in the market, and you're still not gonna be able to do good. What is going on, bro? They look lost. They look like they have no passion. They look like they're just not knowing what to do. If anything, let me go back to what Guaje said today. CR Visual, shout out to him. So I wake up around 11, right? And at 1:31, he texts me, I should have bet on Bochum. I'm like, wait. I know, bro. I'm trying to find. Oh, wait, that's about something else. Wait, 3-1. You didn't lose, did you? Oh, my God. Upa Maguire, red card, and pen again. I'm over it. Honestly, when Musiala scored, I stopped watching the game. I just wanted a moment of happiness for once. Then I saw the 2-1 update and just watched it. This man is stop. He's no longer watching Bayern Munich games because that's how bad they are. And I gave him a parallel or a comparison, and he told me that it's pretty spot on. Bayern is pulling. Oh, did we mute it, rather? Bayern is pulling Barcelona 2.0. Doesn't make sense why their board is not acting properly. They're not playing the way that they should. And their manager is doing weird rotations for no reason. For no reason. Are we good? I think we are. And the manager is doing rotations for no reason whatsoever. Tuchel is not using their players properly, is not doing it the right way, and then they're losing. But then again, they don't want to sack Tuchel because they're going to look like idiots if they do so. Because if they sack Tuchel, that is basically admitting that they did a mistake by not by not keeping Nagelsmann, which is insane because Nagelsmann was a plan for the next 7 years, and they just let him go. Meanwhile, Tuchel got sacked from multiple teams for a reason, which is insane. And also, I'm excited, or I'm great that like a lot of fans that say like, oh, Madrid should go for Tuchel, la 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 la. I don't remember if I was in that boat. I need to go see my last videos. I think he was a good candidate. But like, dude, Tuchel, bro, I don't know. He's getting exposed. He's getting exposed over there at Bayern, and it's sad to watch. It's sad to watch. At the same time, if we go to the table for the Bundesliga, now Bayer Leverkusen is 8 points clear from Bayern Munich. Kane is cursed. Kane is cursed. That's the best way that I can explain it. How do you go your whole bro? An elite player like Kane, a world class striker, world class goal scorer, and one of the best players the Premier League has ever seen, has never won a trophy in his career. Only the Audi Cup, which obviously doesn't count because it was a friendly. Has never won a trophy. Bites the bullet. Finally leaves Spurs to a team that is known for just stat padding and just winning trophies left, right, and center in their local competition, and then the only trophy that counts for Bayern is the Champions League. To not win the DFB Pokal, the Super Cup, they're eliminated from the German Cup. They're probably not gonna win the Champions League at this rate, and they're no longer gonna. They're 8 points behind Bayer Leverkusen, who hasn't lost a single game. You can take the man out of Spurs, but you cannot take the Spurs out of the man. And Kane, you can only feel bad for him. Really, really, because what else does he have to do? What else can he do? If he goes to Bayern Munich and he cannot win a trophy there, he's doomed. He is doomed. But at that point, dude, let's just move on to the next and final topic of the podcast, which is the NBA All-Star. The NBA All-Star this year, Dame Lillard wins the MVP, of the Kobe Bryant All-Star Award, which is, bro, how do I put this? The event was cool, but something needs to happen. What do I mean by that? They don't care. The All-Star has always been like this, in the sense of, like, obviously his players they're not gonna go full out. Like, I want people to get that idea out of their mind. Like, they're not gonna go crazy, and they're not gonna risk an injury or anything like that. But the more they, like, the last true thought it was competitive All-Star was when Kobe passed away, and when they announced, hey, this will be the new MVP, and it's gonna be called the Kobe Bryant MVP, right? The Kobe Bryant MVP of the All-Stars. That's the last game that I remember all the players were taking it serious, because they all wanted to be like, nah, like, this is for Kobe. This is the Kobe All-Star. So gonna put a show. That All-Star was beautiful, because players were actually defending. They were, like, taking it serious. They were taking smart shots. They were missing. They were making players miss. And that's the cool thing about it. Like, you don't want an NBA game. You want a pickup with 10 guys, 12 rotational players that happen to be the best in the world, right? We don't want you to go all out, but we want you to give a shit, right? And like, that's very easy in my mind. Just put incentives. Just give them a reason to actually care. Like, affect their pocket, affect their wallets, affect their incentives. Like, if you were to add, like, the NBA in season tournament, there's a reason why the players care. You were gonna give 500,000 to all the players in bonus. You think if you were to say, like, hey, you get picked for the All-Star, and if your team wins, there is a incentive of, I don't know, it's a lot of money. So let's say 250,000, maybe a million, maybe a million. I don't know how much money the All-Star makes. But if you make those players say, like, hey, there's something on the line for you to care, they're gonna give at least a shit. Like, they're not gonna go all out in the sense of, like, oh, like, this can affect my legacy or anything. But they're gonna be like, hey, bro, like, I'm not gonna let you just take that money away from me when I can win it. And obviously, like, right now, they do the charity thing, as they should, because, again, this is an event for fun. It's not meant to be taken serious, and that's why. But at the same time, there has to be a way for them to funny plays. They do long range threes. They just fire from everywhere, and if they make it, great, and if they don't, they don't. And then you have Karl Anthony Towns dropping 50, freaking Dame Lillard dropping 39, Jaylen Brown dropping 36, Tyrese Halliburton hit 5 threes in a row at the very beginning of the game. Rebounds wise, you're talking about Tyrese, Jaylen Brown, and Giannis got 7 rebounds, 8 rebounds, and then nobody broke the 10 rebounds mark. Anthony Davis almost had a double-double with 8 assists and 8 rebounds, which is crazy, but at the same time, like, they don't really care. This is the most points ever Last year was like 196. Now it's 211, which tells you the defense either went down or these players are just better at making it. Which I think they're better at making the shots because they did 83 of 146 field goals. That is a percentage of 56.8. That is wild. When you're talking about 3 points made, 42 out of 97. That is a 43.3. So they were accurate. They were hitting it. And that was just the East, by the way. The West did 80 out of 143 and 25 out of 71. And there was a total of 5 free throws the whole game, which is crazy. Besides that, yeah, if we want to talk about the rest of the All-Stars, the 3-point contest between Sabrina and Curry with Stephen Curry, that was great. I loved it. That just shoot. I cannot wait for a contest of maybe Caitlin Clark, Steph Curry, Sabrina. I know her last name. I think it's like Inoscu or something. I just don't want to mispronounce it. And then Dame Lillard, Curry, Sabrina, and Caitlin Clark in the next couple years, because those three, like if they do teams of like maybe Curry and Sabrina versus Clark and Dame, will be insane. Then they also the dunk contest. I feel like a lot of people online are just no longer appreciating it because there were some McClung, he wins it again. Bro, that kid was doing some insane dunks. A lot of people just don't appreciate it anymore, or like they just get mad about it. And I think one thing that they should add, which has been in the talks for years, the NBA just doesn't want to do it because they feel like players won't do it because of their egos or anything like that. A one-on-one tournament, dude. Just add the most skillful players and have them like just go against each other, best to 10, and then just move on in a quick tournament. Watch how the players will care so much. Watch how like their egos get in the way and be like, I'm not letting you clown me in front of like all the whole league. I think it would be cool. Kyrie versus you put Kyrie versus LeBron, like in just a random 1-on-1. They just say like, hey, remember when they say you were my dad? You put Doncic versus Booker. Ooh, bro, that would be insane. Or you put Jokic versus Embiid. That would be just silly because like they know there's narrative build up to it, right? So like there's a lot of 1-on-1s that they can do. Obviously, you want the skillful one, so you would like someone like Kyrie versus who has a bag? Donovan Mitchell. That would be crazy. That would be cool. But that's just an idea. Besides that, that's pretty much it. The 3 things I wanted to talk about today. I'm making another podcast tomorrow where I'm asking you guys to leave your questions and I'm gonna answer them. And they don't have to be sports related. They can be about anything you want. So if you want questions about me, about life, about a topic that you want my opinion on, leave them in the comments, or you can go to Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and I have a video and you can just DM me or just drop it in the comments. But besides that, if you can make it this far, love you. I appreciate you. And as always, have an amazing time. Make sure to like, subscribe, give us a rating, 5-star rating, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.